What's up, everybody? I go by the name of Doggie Diamonds. Y'all know who I am if you're on my channel. If you don't know who I am, this is my channel. I'm live right now. I haven't been live in a little while because I've been working on various things. You see the new interviews that I've been putting out, the full length to the OC interview, the True Master interview. Shout out to True Master. Shout out to everybody who supported that interview. That was a very important story for me to put out because I kind of knew the story beforehand, and I just wanted the people to hear the story and the people to be able to hear all of that madness that I knew. So shout out to everybody who supported that. Overwhelming response for that. A lot of people hit me up, was like, great interview, award-winning interview of the year interview they saw. So I appreciate everybody who supported that interview. If you didn't see it, it's on the channel. True Master speaking on his situation. I don't come on live as much as I used to because I'm noticing that this live video thing is becoming a trend with a lot of people, and to me, it's starting to become a little corny. Some people are just getting on here just talking because they got a mouth. I have a lot to talk about, but sometimes you gotta shut the fuck up and observe a little bit. So sometimes I just like to just sit back and chill. I'd always don't want to come on here and talk y'all head off because I can, because I have a channel. I think some people would like to see me a little bit more, but I edit. I have, my two little bros that film for me. I edit all my stuff. I edit my podcast. I do a lot of stuff. So I don't always have the time to go live. But then when I do go live, I try to stay on here with, for a little while with y'all. And big salute to everybody who appreciate what I do. I can't thank y'all enough. I do want to get this out before we get into too much talk of what I want to talk about tonight. I do have a live podcast at SOBs, April 9th, Sunday, April 9th, from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. A live podcast at SOBs. I'm doing a live podcast in front of studio audience. Y'all are welcome to come if you're in the New York City area. If you're not in the New York City area and you want to come through, pull up. Live podcast at SOBs, April 9th. I will keep y'all updated, but I just do want to get that out there to let y'all know. Live podcast at SOBs, April 9th. You know what I'm saying? It's my first one in front of a live audience. If y'all ever wanted to see how I do interviews, if you ever wanted to see how I do my podcast, how I am, how I interact in person, you could come out. You know what I'm saying? Live podcast, April 9th, Sunday, April 9th at SOB. So come out. Come rock with me. And then I have on April, I got 2 in May, and I have 1 in June. One in April, April 9th at SOBs, and I got my May dates. Another one at SOBs, another one on the yacht, and another one in June at SOBs. So I have 3 SOBs dates in the next couple of months coming up. But from now, all I know is April 9th. I'm also working on a launch party for the Beef and Broccoli podcast, which will be held in Brooklyn at the 333 Lounge. I have a tentative date right now for what's this date I have? Hold on one second. I'm gonna tell you right now. The tentative date is April 4th. April 4th. So, I'm doing a live podcast. My computer's not plugged in. Hold on one second. Oh, it actually is plugged in. My bad. So, yeah, I'm doing a live podcast in front of the studio audience. April 9th. Just y'all get to come hang with me and see what the podcast is about, doing a release party for the Beef and Broccoli show. So fuck with me, you know what I'm saying? If you want to come out, it's at SOBs. So what I wanted to talk about is that sunken place that we're all trying to get out of, that state of hypnosis that the motherfucking The time, before I get into that, the time of the live podcast is April 9th from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's on a Sunday. So I want y'all to come out to there, and if you go on my Instagram at Doggie Diamonds, you'll see, all the information out there. It's at SOB's April 9th. Now, that's it. I want to get into the topic real quick. The Sunken Place. The Sunken Place, what I took from the Sunken Place was, if you've seen the movie Get Out, it's a state of hypnosis that you just go into at certain times. I feel like we're all trying to get out of the Sunken Place because I think we know better than a lot of things, but it's certain situations that put you in this hypnosis. Now, you have different forms of hypnosis. Some of them could be a positive thing. Some of them could be a negative thing. For example, it could be positive, like you're in a situation and you might, pop off on somebody, or you might go off the deep end, and then it's just something that hits you that say, chill the fuck out. Then it could be another situation where you supposed to pop off and you're supposed to do certain things, and something hits you and you don't do shit. Now, I feel as Black people in America right now, a lot of us are in this sunken place because we see what's going on. We see all the things that's happening to us. And for some reason, it's this hypnosis that comes over us where we're not being a little bit more proactive in doing some of the things that we need to do to get out of our situation, because we need to do certain things. And it's like they stir that teacup, whatever that teacup is. The teacup can be the music. The teacup could be the TV shows. The teacup could be the advertisement. I think all of that is happening right now to us, where it's keeping us like very, very calm and docile. Like we're just in a state of stupor where we need to get out of that shit and enjoy your life. Have fun, enjoy your life. I don't want y'all to think that every day is a protest day, because a lot of times I go on Facebook and I see a lot of my Facebook friends and I say, damn, all they talk about is like conscious shit all day. Shout out to Conscious Sheet for the shirt. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could. Matter of fact, let me y'all see the back of this shirt, if y'all can see it. This is kind of weird, but that's the back of the shirt. Well, I'll show it to y'all one day. But you have people to where I see them fighting the fight, but it's starting to seem like a lot of people are starting to seem like they're not having a good time in life. Like they're really uptight and they're really I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in the fight. I'm a part of the fight, but I still like to laugh. I still like to smile. I still like to enjoy myself. And it seemed like we're so busy fighting that we forget to enjoy ourselves. And the point that I'm making is that we have to have a point where you're fighting when you're fighting, but Facebook is not the place to fight. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense. I think a lot of fights are being too much of this, too much of this talking on here, too much hashtagging, and too much of that is not enough of actual doing shit. I think fighting is reading, talking to the children, speaking to the children, educating the children, educating your peers. There's a video out on Facebook where it was these two young dudes shooting a 5, which I was okay with that. You know what I'm saying? But then a brother walks over and says, "Oh, y'all filming, y'all cowards, y'all the real cowards." That is a good fight to tell the youth, yo, y'all don't always have to fight. Y'all don't always have to fight. Y'all don't always have to shoot. Y'all don't always have to do that. Y'all have to stop putting on a show for people. And I feel like a lot of times, you know, a lot of us is doing a lot of this fucking monkey shit for people to put on a fucking show. You know what I'm saying? I think that shit is kind of corny. And I think Facebook is kind of a sunken place because some people are so, black fists and, all this shit that they just like, yo, enjoy life. When it's time to fight the fight is not this. You know what I'm saying? This is not the fight. The fight is lacing up your boots, lacing up your Timbs, lacing up your sneakers, and going out there and doing different things within your home, first and foremost. Because some people want other people's children to listen to them, and their own children don't listen to them. Some people want the other neighborhood kids to listen to them, but they don't go out in their neighborhood and talk to the children in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? I think when you're fighting and you're trying to invoke change, that shit has to come within your community. You know what I'm saying? Stop worried about what's going on 2 blocks away if it's something going on your block, And I just think that right now it's just something that they're able to stir that teacup and just make us go into this just state of just stupor. For example, you have people talking all this shit, all this, we got to do this, we got to do this, we got to do that, right? And then in the next breath, they be like, empire starts. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how you go from, fighting the power and fighting against, the homosexual agenda, fighting all of these things to empires coming on that celebrates all of these things. So I just get confused. And I guess everybody has guilty pleasures to a certain extent. Shit, my guiltiest pleasure is ice cream. I love ice cream. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is a drug for me. I love ice cream and I love bean pies. If you follow me, I always want ice cream. I always want to eat a bean pie. That's my guilty pleasure. But I'm not going to be the one to sit there and try to sell to you that this is wrong, this is wrong, and this is wrong, but then partake in it. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of fucking weird. So it's like, how's everybody fighting against all this shit? And then at the end of the day, here they go, Love and Hip Hop is coming on. You know what I'm saying? And this shit is just like, they just got us. Like if you watch Get Out, like when she stirred that cup, he just, he fell into something and couldn't get out of it. And I feel like they're doing that shit to us. Like, it's so much shit going on with the president that, they call him 4-5 and shit with the president possibly being impeached. There's so much shit going on. Now you had this parliament bombing, and we just look over there, and then via social networks, you see everybody talking about pray for the UK, pray for this, pray for that. And I always say this, and I hate that I sound insensitive when I say this, but it be us praying for a lot of people that don't pray for us. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit going on in our communities, and I don't see a lot of people praying for us and giving a fuck about us. Now, to all of our people, because we have our people all around the globe. For all of our people that's in the UK that might be affected by anything, salute to them. But anybody else that's not our people and shit happens, they got to figure that out. They got to deal with that, because we going through shit right here in America, and a lot of people just turn their head. I feel like as Americans, we go through a lot of shit and we turn our head to shit that's going on in America, but we worry about what's going on all over the country. But when shit happens right in America, nobody has anything to say. You have things that's happening right to Black women in America. And I be wondering, where's all the feminist groups that's supposed to be coming out and saying, you know, that's fucked up what happened. You know, when something happened to a Black woman, you don't see no feminist groups coming out to say anything. They are silent, you know, but a lot of Black women want to be feminists, you know. So you know, shit is just crazy to me. But you know, I wasn't gonna really talk y'all ear off tonight. I just wanted to say that that sunken place we all fight of, we all fight to get out of. We all have things that easily distract us, and we have to start paying attention and stop being easily distracted by them things that's taken away from the real focus. We all, and when you think about the sunken place, she was able to manipulate his trauma and manipulate the things that bothered him, you know. So we all have trauma. We all are traumatized, you know. We all have things that that have us suffering from PTSD right now. You know, me myself personally, I see murder at in my teens. You know what I'm saying? I've seen my cousin get shot right in front of me. I've seen all types of shit, you know, that happened to me right in front of me. And as much as I think I got over it sometimes, when I think about it, I started thinking about like that's what made me you know, drink. You know what I'm saying? That's what made me very, very violent. That's what made me go out in the street and rob people and do a bunch of shit that I was doing. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, she was able to capitalize off his trauma. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, when you're dealing with his trauma, he still was in pain, you know. And that's why at the end of the movie, when he went past the mother, Georgina, he thought about, he thought about, damn, I'm leaving her the way I left my mother. And he was a child, you know what I'm saying? He was a child. So at the end of the day, you know, that's the thing. So a lot of us are traumatized, and I think they're playing off of a lot of our trauma and keeping us in this place. That's why it's a lot of slave movies. That's why it's a lot of like racial tension is so high. This shit always exists. It existed since they fucking stole us and brought us here. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not slavery was legal, so we have to be careful when we say slavery. Slavery was made to be illegal, but kidnap wasn't legal. So I don't really like to say we were slaves. I like to say we were kidnap victims, because slavery was legal. So if you was a slave, then there was nothing wrong with that. You know, morally, yes, it was wrong. What they did to us was wrong. Don't get it fucked up. But at the end of the day, it wasn't illegal according to this standards of this shit, of this country. But kidnap is illegal, so they kidnapped us. You know, so I like to say that. So we all have a bunch of pain, and it's very hard to mask pain. That's why we do drink. That's why a lot of people do smoke. That's why a lot of people do a lot of shit, you know, to mask it. But it's very it's hard. You know what I'm saying? It's hard as fuck to do that, to mask the pain, because at the end of the day, no matter what you do, it comes right back. You know what I'm saying? Like, it still exists. You can only get but so drunk. Once you come down off your drunken high in your situation, it still exists. It's still there. You know what I mean? So I had to find other ways to cope. I found for myself, walking was very therapeutic for me. So sometimes I see and I look, I might have walked 15,000 steps in a day. I might have walked 20,000 steps. I might have walked 10,000 steps. I live in Brooklyn, downtown Brooklyn. Sometimes I go to 42nd Street and then I walk home. You know, sometimes I go to Times Square and I walk home from Times Square. You know, so we had a lot of shit, you know, that we dealt with as a people and still deal with to this day. And I just feel like we so traumatized, and we dealing with our trauma, and we dealing with shit that we still see, you know, the Mike Brown thing, and Mike Brown, Trayvon Martin, so many of our people, even Khalif Browder, even, you know, the True Master thing. We see all these things that traumatize our people, and we sit there and we want to protest and we want to fight, and then they put us right back in this place where we just forgot that we're supposed to fight. We forgot that we're supposed to protest. We forgot we're supposed to boycott certain shit, like Christmas and Black Friday. You know, some of the things that we say, oh, we're not spending no money, we're not doing this, we're not doing that. But, you know, I just went out to look around on those holidays, and I seen how many Black people were out there on Black Friday and Christmas. Like, fuck it. You understand what I'm saying? And they're able to put you in this place, that sunken place, to where you forget what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? You're just stuck. And you're stuck just going with the flow. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's how a lot of us get brainwashed, because we just get stuck. And there's so many Black people that are brainwashed that starts talking about Black people. You know what I'm saying? They start speaking out against us. They start shitting on us for them. You know what I'm saying? And then just forgetting who you are. Like, no matter who no matter what you achieve in this society, you're never supposed to forget who you are. And I think in a lot of instances, when you watch the movie Get Out, they had the homie they was trying to put in a sunken place, but they had Grandpa, they had Georgina, and they had Logan in there already. But it's something that tries to get you to snap out of it. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of us get put back in pocket. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us want to fight. You know, you got people like Stephen A. Smith, you know, and I don't even want to really name drop and call names, because a lot of times when I say people name, I feel like they always feel like they got to come back at me, and then we supposed to have this little fighting dialogue YouTube shit. I ain't with all that. You know what I'm saying? But it is a lot of people that I feel like, you know, didn't do right and don't speak up for our people a certain way. I'm not perfect. I'm capable of making mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I like getting head. I like big titties. You know what I'm saying? I'm a guy. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, I try not to be I'm not cooning. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing anything for white folks. I'm not on the take, you know, for white folks. I'm not employed by white folks. I'm employed by myself. So I've never have been told what I can and can't say by white people for money or material fame. You know, that's what fucking cooning is to me. So I feel like you got people who they give you glimpses of trying to get out, and then they get they get like reprogrammed. Remember when he said get out, hence the name of the movie, Get Out, they had to go and reprogram him. So a lot of times people are fighting, but they're getting reprogrammed and put right back into that place. So you see a lot of people who come out and, you know, 1 minute they seem like they're all for you, and then the next minute you're like, yo, what the fuck happened to him? Or you got a lot of people who you stood behind. I said this on the radio show tonight. You got a lot of people who you stood behind, politicians, rappers, singers, entertainers, and athletes, and you thought they was gonna be for us. You thought that they was gonna speak for you, and you think they speak for you, and then they get reprogrammed. They get put right back into that sunken place. So you see them, and you stand behind them, and you buy their records, you support their movements, you support all their shit, and then here they go and get reprogrammed right back into pocket, you know. So I mean, and I'm gonna deal with I want to deal with some of the things that people are saying in the chat room, because I don't think that I don't want y'all to believe that I'm ignoring y'all. I just wanted to just get some of them points off, and then I'm gonna engage with y'all. Lady Lioness says we need to separate ourselves. Every other nation does. It's not racist, it's cultural. I agree, but then again, when we have to admit that we can't unite with all black people, because some black people are programmed. They have to be deprogrammed and reprogrammed, and I just think it's too late for certain people, honestly. You know, I think it has to be people who, because we watching them flip people every day. We're watching people that, you know, for example, somebody like a Al Sharpton. You think Al Sharpton would be able to be on TV on a national network if he really was fighting for the liberation of black people? Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying? So people like that, but it's been a time in life where we thought he was fighting for us. You know, at one point in life, you thought Jesse Jackson was fighting for us. You know, we've always had these leaders that was appointed by them, mind you, and we thought they were fighting for us. And then we realized that they're not fighting for us. They're using things for photo ops and in situations where it helps them and helps their wealth. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be with somebody because they're black. I don't want to be, first of all, I don't want to be with nobody that's not black. But I do want to be with people that's black, that has like minds. I don't want to be with somebody who's black but has this pacifist, this all-inclusive things, and, you know, who are you to judge? And, you know, yeah, I'm with this, I'm with that, but all we got to do is go under the Bible, all we got to do and all that. Because when you deal with with the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, he said race first. So that means everything that fell under being a black man and a black woman, that shit had to take back seat to being a black man and a black woman. So what happened was, a lot of people say I'm a black man, but now I'm gonna come and make this agenda supersede our common ground. So us being black is not, that's why we together. But while we're all here, let's study the Bible. While we're all here, let's deal with the LBGT. While we're all here. So I felt like a lot of times, a lot of people came under the guise of black people, black power, this, that, and the third. And then they're like, so why I got all y'all in the room? Why don't we do this? And I think that's what happens. I think the whole black people culturally coming together and fighting the system, it gets undermined with personal agendas and somebody wanting to be the leader and somebody wanting to lead the pack and somebody saying, come under this religion, come under this ideology. It has nothing to do, and it doesn't stay with, okay, this is the enemy of black people, and this is who has been our enemy for a point of time, and this is who we are fighting. It doesn't stay there. It goes there, and then it leaves, and then it says, okay, here we go with this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that I think is the problem. I think, you know, they try to steer you to something. You know what I'm saying? They try to steer you to something that's going to help their personal political agenda. Now, if you're a believer in the Bible, if you're a believer in different religions or certain things, that it's not for me to say that's right or wrong. It's not for me, because if you believe today that Jesus woke you up, whatever name you want to call him, if you believe that's who woke you up today, it's not my place to say that's bullshit, because that's just what kept you going. If your belief and your faith and anything stopped you from killing yourself today, stop you from killing others, cool. All I say to any and everybody is that is your thing. It could be this fucking iPhone 7 that you believe is helping you. I'm going to think you're fucking crazy, but that's just could be your thing. I'm not here to say that it's not the iPhone 7. All I'm saying to you is that if you think the iPhone 7 or the Galaxy 7, wherever it's at, because I got 2 phones, if you think that that's what's helping you, don't tell me that that's what's going to help me, because I have to find my own path and my own way. And I believe that a lot of people infiltrate our Black organizations and say, no, 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 no. This is the way. This is what we should do. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the problem. So now we deviate from dealing with the enemy and we start having infighting. And then the enemy just sit back and say, all we got to do is put certain things in their face and they're going to fight amongst themselves. You know, so yes, the actual story of Willie Lynch might not have existed, but the metaphor of Millie Lynch, I was about to say fucking Millie Lynch, of Willie Lynch definitely exists. You know, the concept definitely exists. For example, with us as a people, we're so divided by age. We look at, you know, I got the young dudes, and the funny shit is that I'm not even as old as some of the people I'm around, you know, but they say, yo, you old, you're this, you're that, this, that, and the third. And it's like, okay, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? But why are we the only people who shun our people for aging? Why are we the only people that look at the youth and say, y'all young and y'all stupid? The young is stupid and the old is washed up. So what's the age that everybody should be where they know everything? Because either you're too old or you're too young. What's to Black people, what's the just right age? Because I'm getting confused. We either calling somebody either you an old head or you a dumb motherfucking young motherfucker. What's the age that everybody should be? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying with the Willie Lynch shit. I love speaking to the OGs. Rest in peace to Granny. One of my grandmother who, like, you know, she wasn't my biological grandmother, but I lived with a family that adopted me after my best friend got killed. His family like took me in, and Granny used to sit there and talk to me for hours, and I would just sit there and sop it up because I used to say to myself, you know, she lived to be an age that I would love to see, and her knowledge of life was just so crazy that I just don't know. Not only that, she remember when you couldn't drink off of certain water fountains. And I remember she told me, you seen white people, but you never saw a cracker. And I used to be like, ain't all white people crackers? And she was like, no, you don't know what a cracker is. The only thing she said to me was, George Bush is a cracker. George W. Bush. She was like, that is a cracker. And you've never seen a cracker before. You know, so I used to just sit there and just listen. And I just feel like with the youth, I talk to a lot of the young homies because I feel like they got something to say. You know, yeah, they don't have the experience and they don't have the knowledge of certain things, but they see the world the way we don't see it, because the way they see the world, this world is fucked up that they're seeing right now. I'm not saying that when we was their age, the world wasn't fucked up, but look what's happening right before their eyes and shit. So they see this shit. So a lot of times I hear them out and I listen. And then after I listen to them, I try to say, nah, XYZ, blah, 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 blah. Go this way, go that way. You know what I'm saying? This is how I did it. you know. So I try not to shun them, but via YouTube, via social network, via social media, it's so divided. It's so you an old head or you a young dumb nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I didn't know that it was an age thing because I know some 45-year-old men that are stupid as a motherfucker. And I know some young G's that have a lot of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't, the age sometimes doesn't matter. It's the experience and how you carry yourself. You do, as you get older, you know, hindsight is 20/20. So sometimes I say, yo, if I could look back and say, damn, if I could take 5 years back and I could look back and I would have did that different, because knowing what I know now, I would have did that different. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end, anyway, you know, let me block this dude. Yo, I got I just want to say to y'all too, I got people who just troll me on I got motherfuckers who follow me on every fucking social media platform just to talk shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just very, very weird. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even get it, but whatever. And you know, and I'm not even gonna really pay attention to them too much. But even with that, for me, I'm a regular dude. I try to be transparent. I try to, with my audience, I try to let y'all know who I am, what I'm about. If I come off like a tough guy, if I come off like I'm always on some fucking wanting to fight shit, that has a lot to do with my upbringing. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with how I view you. I don't think that I'm tougher than any of y'all. I don't think that I'm better than any of y'all. That's why I correspond with y'all and deal with y'all. I'm just talking about what happened to me in my environment and what shaped me to be the way I am. We all are a work in progress. We all growing as men. Sometimes I like to say shit in jest. Sometimes I like to have a good time. But I'm finding that being that people think that I have this certain persona, a lot of dudes think that they have to come to me on some macho bravo shit. And I really don't like that. I'm getting a little tired of dudes thinking that they have to come to me with their chest poked out to try to be on some gangster shit with me. I just think that that shit is fucking corny. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not even like that. You know what I'm saying? At the end of it all, you know, we've all been through shit. And I'm motherfucking traumatized by some of the shit I've been through in the street. So sometimes when people come at me, I don't know if you friend or foe, because your foe can't get up to you to harm you. Only somebody who come under the guise of being your friend. You know, so I have to say that because I think a lot of people come at me the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people think that, yo, fuck this nigga. Because sometimes I be seeing comments and people be like, oh, you pussy and all this shit. And I be like, damn, what the fuck can I do? What the fuck you calling me pussy for? You know what I'm saying? You just feel like you have to challenge me. And it doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, God damn, all I do is speak up and fight for black people all day. Why is it always black people that be fucking want to fight me all day? Like, what the fuck did I do to you? You're not my enemy. I never said you was my enemy. I never shitted on you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just very weird to me. So I get that a lot. And I'm just, you know, it's starting to get a little annoying. Like, God damn, everybody's just say you pussy and I'll fuck you up. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And you know what's funny too? I've never met a hater in the street. When I'm in the street, you could always see me downtown Brooklyn. For anybody who could give a testimony, if I'm downtown Brooklyn, I'm in East New York, I'm all over. When I'm around people, anybody ever ask me for a picture, everybody who say, I give people my number. I done stopped and talked to people for 2-3 hours that I don't even know just off of love, because I really love people. I love my people. And it's just very weird that if you, I'm saying this for you, if you base your worth off of trolls, then you would have no worth, because you would think that nobody loves you. You would think that nobody cares about you, because all a troll's job is to wake up every day and pop shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had people, I got Facebook messages where people were sending me messages like 6 in the morning, and I'm like, you woke up 6 in the morning to talk shit to me? Like, I'm fucking confused. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't think of anybody that I dislike that much, that, and I got motherfuckers that I probably should want to fucking kill right now. Or, you know, I wouldn't say if I want to kill them on, you know, on this, but you know, and I don't get up and they don't resonate with me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, man, I don't know. Let me get back to y'all though. How do you feel about Prince York being locked up for burning a kid and locking him in the bathroom? I don't know any facts on that situation. I don't know anything about that. I'm gonna be real with y'all, my audience right now. A lot of the so-called conscious channels and a lot of the shit, I fell back from a lot of that shit. I'm out of the loop. I'm out of the loop with a lot of that. I'm tired of seeing videos of dudes talking about every subject, thinking they know every fucking thing about everything. I'm just tired of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of 1,000,001 live streams. I can't do it day in and day out. I got shit going on in the real world that I can't just be sitting around watching dudes talk shit all day, every day, especially talking about other people. You know, I got bills to fucking pay. I got an office downtown Brooklyn that I got to go to. I got to do my interviews. I got, you know, shit that I'm into. So for me to be sitting around watching dudes just talk about other men and what they doing and bashing other men all day, every day, I have no time to do that. So I actually even unsubscribe to everybody's channel. I don't even want to see that shit on my timeline, because I didn't know that revolution. I didn't know that change. I didn't know that the fight is talking shit on YouTube. I just didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's where the fight is at. I feel like the fight is giving information, and I think it stopped becoming informative and it just start motherfuckers just talking shit and knowing that they can monetize off of YouTube. So that's where they're doing that. You know, you have some people who's on YouTube, they're not putting up any original content. They're just putting up other people's shit and critiquing it. And that's just not what I do. You know what I'm saying? I am a content creator. I like to create new content and I like to bring new shit for the people. I like to, you know, deal with a certain class of journalism, and that's what I do. I'm not here to, you know, have personal beefs with people. You know what I'm saying? Because if somebody make a video about me, talking about me a certain way, I want to punch you in your face. And I can't punch everybody in the fucking face because they're on YouTube. Some people just talk shit on YouTube. That's what they do. That's not my thing. You know what I'm saying? So let them do that. You know, sometimes, I mean, it was a time where I got up and I seen like 20, 30 videos with my name in the title, people trying to go in on me and talk about me and shit. I was like, man, I have no time to address any of that shit. I have real work that I am doing right now. And I am just at the tip of the iceberg of what I'm doing. I actually get the story right from the horse's mouth. I'm not reporting shit from other people. I'm reporting right from the person. Yeah, I have my moments where I might cover a story, but I try not to do that shit too much because it starts becoming hearsay and talking like I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I'm telling you, a lot of these dudes don't know what the fuck they talking about, especially when it comes with this hip hop talk, because a lot of them are not in the business and never been in the business. So they're just talking. And then there's YouTube channels where motherfuckers is talking about why this person has beef with this person, like they know, and they don't even know what the fuck they talking about. Trust me, they don't know what the fuck they talking about, because I done seen people doing recaps on me of why I have an issue or problem with somebody, and why somebody has an issue or problem with me, and they don't even know what the fuck they talking about, because it's just far from the truth. But everything is about clicks, and I'm not trying to stop nobody's money. I'm not shitting on nobody's money. I don't even care about that. But just leave me and my name the fuck out your videos if you're not going to come talk to me. And I decided 2 days ago, I'm not even getting on nobody else's channel no more. I'm not doing no interviews with nobody. I'm not getting on nobody motherfucking live streams. I'm not doing none of that shit no more. You won't see me on nobody's channel but this fucking channel. I'm not getting on nobody's channel no more. If it's not affiliated with Doggie Diamonds TV, Forbes DVD, or the Beef and Broccoli show, I'm not getting on nobody's channel no more. So everybody who I helped by giving an interview before, I hope that you could you prospered off that. I hope of that. But I'm not gonna slut myself out and spread myself thin on 400 channels talking about fucking nothing. I'm just not doing that no more. I got real work to do and real shit to do, and I don't know everything. I don't profess to know everything. It's shit that I'm still learning day in day. I'm not getting on nobody's channel ever again. Nobody. So fuck that. You know what I'm saying? These other dudes got people who are experts at everything, and they're gonna get on every fucking topic. They know why it rained 3 days because the sun is aligning with, and I be sitting there like, really? You really gonna sit there and you really profess to know why everything is happening in the fucking galaxy? It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. But who am I? All I can do is what I do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just here to steady build and elevate what I'm doing. I don't have time to deal with that other shit. I don't know why certain shit happens. I'm still trying to figure that shit out myself. I still have to do knowledge. I still have to read. I still have to do shit. And it's a lot of motherfuckers that just profess to know everything about everything, and they're dead ass broke, and they don't have anything of their own. And all they fucking do is just fucking talk. I talk for a living. You know what I'm saying? I earn a living by this is what I do. I interview people for a living. So this is what I do. And I don't even be wanting to talk about every fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? So I said, yo, I gotta be a little bit more discreet about how and where I'm at and about what I do. I can't be all over the place, because I'm not gonna water down myself and my brand by trying to be smart. You know what I'm saying? I have merch that I'm working on. I'm supporting a lot of black clothing lines. You know what I'm saying? Everything I wear is owned by a black man or woman. Everything. If you send me your clothes, if you send me your t-shirts, if you send me your hats, I wear it. I support it on my podcast. I gave my P.O. box information out there. I just tell you to send me an extra large, even though I'm really a large, but I like to wear an extra large, because if it look a little too, depending on the cut, I don't want it to look medium on me and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's what this shit is all about. So I'm not going to be all over people's channels. So anything that you see of me, that shit is going to start becoming very, very rare that you see me anywhere but on here. And I'm not going live every night. I'm not going live every week. I'm not doing that, because it's a lot of topics that I just don't know enough information about. And I'm not going to just talk to you about shit because I have a mouth and I have an audience. I think that that's very, very disingenuous. And I see that's what's happening on YouTube right now. A lot of people are just talking because they have an audience and they're trying to build an audience, and they have a mouth, and they're giving you information based off of opinion and emotion, but don't know what they're talking about. Doggie Diamonds is not a genius. Now, if it comes to music, if it comes to beat making, if it comes to certain shit, I know certain things. But when it comes to other shit, I just don't fucking know. So people be like, yo, what you think about this? I'll be like, I don't fucking know. I gotta fucking go do some research. I got to go pick up some books. I got to Google some shit. I got to fact check because I don't know. And it's a lot of people out here that's giving you information based off of their emotions and what they don't know, and they're not giving you anything to better your situation. For example, you have people who's trying to tell you how to live, how to survive, how to try to do all these things and all that shit, and they're in poor health, they're in poor mental health, they're in poor physical health, and they're in poor financial health, but they're trying to tell you how to live and what you need to do. How do you know based off your inexperience? I don't do that. I tell people I drink a lot of fucking water, I walk, I don't eat garbage, and that's it. So that's how I lost weight. I showed y'all, I told y'all, I explained it to y'all. I got videos of showing y'all how I run up and down the stairs. I have videos showing y'all how I walk from 42nd Street all the way home, walking across the Brooklyn Bridge, of course, the Manhattan Bridge. That's how I do that. That is showing improving, not, well, all you got to do based off of what somebody else did. No, I'm giving you firsthand testimony of what I did in my life to change my life. And that don't mean that that's going to work for you. But I just think it's just too many know-it-alls that don't have anything to show but views. Honestly, views is dope to me. Views is cool to me. But it's not how many people watch this shit. It's who watch this shit. I want to reach a certain demographic of people. I want to reach the right people. I don't want to reach 40,000 people who don't give a fuck. I'd rather reach 5 people who care. So sometimes I might have a video and it doesn't have a certain amount of views, and sometimes it bothers me a little bit. And sometimes I might put up some shit that I know is just gonna get a lot of views. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to do certain things to keep your channel rolling, not for views, but for something called YouTube health. And maybe I'll explain that to y'all, you know. But then again, I'm somebody who gives out a lot of information to people, and people take my information and then act like they're the fucking ones with all the knowledge when they don't even have YouTube channels. They always on somebody else's channel. But so my thing is, there's certain things you have to do for your YouTube algorithms to keep your channel rolling, you know. And then people come on and they say, oh, you're doing this and you're doing that, and I just ignore that shit. I really stopped even going in the comments and responding to people, because if you don't got nothing nice to say, I ain't gonna say nothing nice back. I'm gonna tell you to go suck your mother. And I don't have time to be engaging people on fucking YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, a lot of people do a lot of talking and not enough listening. That's why you have one mouth and 2 ears. You have 2 eyes to observe. You have 2 ears to listen, and you have 1 mouth to speak. Now, if you do the math, 2 is 4 and 1. What comes out of this has to be equivalent to what you seen, what you heard, and what you know, and then you speak. But a lot of people are just fucking speaking, not off of what they seen and not what they heard, is what they think. And that shit just don't work like that. You know, so like I said, I'm not gonna keep y'all all night. It is a little late at night right now. It's after midnight. You know, I thank y'all for joining me. Make sure y'all follow me on all social networks at Doggie Diamonds, DOGGIEDIAMONDS, Doggie Diamonds on Instagram, on Twitter. It's important that you follow me on these things, because I do a lot of updates. Like I said, I'm gonna pull back from a lot of this live shit. I'm just gonna make sure I got a lot of interviews out and a lot of new footage and shit like that. So I just don't want to be this dude that's just always fucking talking. You know what I'm saying? That shit. Because then I start becoming like everybody else. And if you notice, a lot of these channels are being very, very watered down with the same type of shit. But nobody is really doing the job of journalism. They're being more of commentators. They're being more Siskel and Eberts. They're being more of Stephen A. Smiths and Skip Bayless, people who never even played sports, but they know everything about sports. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm just not gonna be that motherfucker. Me, I got a lot of work to do. True Master Part 2 is coming soon. Working on that. Wesley Muhammad interview is coming out this week. I got an interview with A Plus that's coming out soon. I have an interview with King Just and Pop the Brown Hornet that's coming soon. Thank you to everybody who share, retweets, likes all the videos that I do. I thank you very much. Yo, you notice I never asked y'all for $1. I never asked y'all for money. I don't have GoFundMe. I don't have none of that shit. I've never asked y'all for money. I do have in my description box a donate thing, but donations is something that you can do at your discretion. If you feel like you want to give me $2, $3, $40, $50, that's cool. You know, I'm appreciative because all the money that you give me goes back into my brand. I'm an independent. I don't have these big networks funding me and sponsoring me. It's cool, but I don't even ask people for money. I'm not claiming to be this, that, and the third and then beg the people. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit that I see that I just be so disgusted by, and I just be like, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just here to just do my shit. But I thank y'all for you know, for people, and for the people who did donate, thank you very much. The donate is in the description. You know, if you feel like that's something that you want to do, if you have this spare money, times is hard for a lot of people. We're all trying to get it. We're all trying to survive. If you have the spare $2, $3 to donate, thank you. If you don't, you know, if you don't, cool. I'm okay with that too. You're watching of the video is just fine with me. You liking the video is just fine with me. You sharing the video is just fine with me. You following me on YouTube, subscribing, you hitting the bell for all the notifications, you telling your homegirl, your homeboy, your sister, your brother, your aunt, your uncle, yo, watch this video. I'm okay with that. I do not need to haggle people down for money and then pop shit to you about what type of fucking car I'm driving, what type of money I got, what type of jewelry I have. You know what I'm saying? Like I've listen, this I had this shit since 2002. I've been doing this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna be like, yo, I need y'all money. You know what I'm saying? If I get into trouble, I just gotta go pawn my diamond chain. You know what I'm saying? This fucking got mad diamonds in it. I just gotta pawn it. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. If I get into trouble, I gotta pawn my watch. You know, I can't keep these nice things that I bought for myself that I deem to be nice and then be pressuring y'all to donate while I'm keeping my jewelry. You know what I'm saying? If I get into hard times, I gotta pawn my shit. I gotta take care of me. You know what I'm saying? I can't make that y'all job to take care of me while I sit here and say, yeah, I got this chain. You know what I'm saying? This shit got 6 carats of diamonds in it. Look, it's diamonds all the way in the bell and all that shit. I just think that shit is whack. I'm not that type of dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm not corny. You know what I'm saying? I always say I don't speak weirdo and I don't speak corny. I don't know how to be that. I just know how to be organic. I know how to be myself. I know how to be who the fuck I am. And that's that at all times. I don't know how to waver. And that's really it. So, you know, that's what it is. I'm Doggie Diamonds. Thank y'all for fucking with me. Thank y'all for who said my shit is white gold? I never said it was white gold. I never said it ain't silver though, but it is white gold. I ain't gonna front. It's white gold. But I've had this since 2002. You know what I'm saying? The D stands for if you see the D, it has an arrow in it. It's for Diamonds Up. You know what I'm saying? The name of my production company was Doggie Diamonds Up. You know what I'm saying? Diamonds Up Production. That's why my name is Doggie Diamonds too. I never said you can't have a chain. You could have whatever you want. What I was saying about jewelry and chains and all these material things is that before you start begging people for money via YouTube and all that shit, go pawn your shit. You know what I'm saying? Because there might be somebody who pawn a chain to give you money. Why you don't pawn your own shit? Why you don't give back some of those cars you got? Why you don't, you know, fucking finance your home or some shit like that? You know what I'm saying? But I bought this shit in 2002. This chain is 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? On some real shit. So I've been had jewelry. I've been had I've been had, you know what I'm saying, whatever people think is material thing, you know, iPhone 7s and Galaxies. I've been do all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I've been living a certain way, but that doesn't make me who I am. I never came off as a flashy dude. I've been had shades that cost hundreds of dollars and all that shit, but that don't make me. That's just something that I like. You know what I'm saying? That's just something that I like. And then sometimes I go outside and you see me, I'm a complete fucking bum. But first and foremost, my rent is paid. I don't have any children, so I don't owe any child support. I don't owe any outstanding bills. So before I bought any of those things, I took care of my health and my living situation. You know, I go buy, you know, I buy fucking vitamins and supplements and all that shit. It shit costs a lot of fucking money. You understand what I'm saying? You might go into a vitamin shop and not the actual store vitamin shop, but a health food shit, and then fucking spend $70 on 3 bottles or something. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm into. I'm into doing things to take care of myself, different supplements and shit. I could show you supplements all around here. You know what I'm saying? So this is what is all about. It's all about taking care of myself. You know, jewelry and all that shit is cool, but none of that means anything when you die. You know what I'm saying? And plus, I like to burn incense. I burn money incense too. Hold on. Let me show y'all something. Like this is, you know, this is where I spend money on. You know, I buy fucking shea butter and I buy, you know, energy multivitamins and all this shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And then I also have to invest back into the shit that I'm doing. So I gotta buy, you know, these things to record and all that. You understand what I'm saying? So this is what I put my money into. I don't put money into all this material shit. I put money into investing back into my shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's the realest shit. Shout out to the to them too. They sent me the sweater that I have. They sent me they sent me this, and they sent me a hat and another shirt. So shout out to them too. I got coconut oil too. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of stuff. So you know, shout out to them for sending me this. PanAfricanDesign.com. Shout out to them for the shirts. Shout out to them for the shirts, the hoodies, and the hat. Black owned company. Shout out to this hat company getting that bag. Black owned company. Shout out to Conscious Sheep for the sweater. All of this shit is our people. Everything that I buy, I bought this from a brother on the street. You understand what I'm saying? Everything that I do is in support of our people and to bring it back to our people, straight up and down. So we do have vendors out there that's out there hustling, trying to do their thing. They're trying to get their merch on. I support that. I wear this shit on my podcast. So make sure you check out Conscious Sheep. This is what I'm even going to do. I'm going to show you their I'm going to show you their Instagram. Hold on. Conscious Sheep. So if you like the sweater that I got on, it might be backwards though, but if you like the sweater that I got on, that's the name of this shit, Conscious Sheep. Tell them Doggie Diamond sent you. The website is conscioussheepwear.com. You know what I'm saying? I think you can see it. Probably zoom in a minute. Yeah, conscioussheep.com. So shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? My email, all right, Black owned Soul Central Magazine, Black owned TV network. My email is info@doggiediamondstv.com. Info@doggiediamondstv.com. You ain't saying shit about the hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. See, this is what I'm saying. You want to talk about black owned shit? Watch this. I'll be right back. Stay right there. Come on now. We don't gotta wear Timberlands and none of that shit. What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? Oh, y'all talking about these? Oh, we got these. We got these. That's the easy part. You know what I'm saying? We got these. You understand what I'm saying? So we support our people. That's the easy part. I rock these with respect. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? We got these. I jumped these off twice. So this is what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people talk it. A lot of people do it. A lot of people live that. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying? Rock this. You got the flag in the back. You got this. I could show you the hoodie that go with this and all that. This is what we talking about. You understand what I'm saying? So if we really gonna support our people and be for our people, we gotta start wearing our clothes. We gotta start wearing each other's shit. Like I said, the hat, the shirt. I got the sneakers. Come on, what we talking about? This is all black home right here. This is all our people. And you could get these too. You know what I'm saying? You could get the, you see the name. Look it up. You could get these, you know what I'm saying? And that's really what it's all about. It's not about, that's why I said, I'm not going to get on here and talk y'all to death. I'm not going to get on here and be talk. And I say I'm not going to talk y'all to death and end up talking for like another 30 minutes. But this is what it's all about. Supporting your people. Look. These are size 10. Why I keep thinking I wear 10 and a half? I wear 10. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? But this is what it's really all about. Supporting your people. I could show y'all so much shit that is black owned that I wear on every day. That's our people. So this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. Supporting our people, going out there and putting this shit on. So when they say, yo, Doggie Diamonds, that shirt is banging. Yo, that shit is fly. What is it? It's Conscious Chic. Go support they shit. I showed you they shit. They don't pay me. You know what I'm saying? They don't pay me. I'm not paid. You can ask them, brothers. They just send me clothes, and I talk about they shit like, shit, I just got some new Gucci because this is the new Gucci. You know what I'm saying? This is black man Gucci. And if, like I said, if you got a clothing line out there, hit me up. I'll wear it, promote you just the same way. This is what it's all about. So I gotta go. I have to have a lot of editing to do. I'm not gonna keep y'all all night. You know, like I said, Conscious Sheepwear, that's the website. Pan-African Designs. I got a dope hoodie with this on there. You know what this is. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? I got my liberation flag in here. You know, life is good. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's up. And we support our own people. We don't have to fucking sit up here with these clothing lines and all of that. No, we wear our people shit. You know, so when you got all these dudes like, you know, and even T.I. sent me clothes. You know what I'm saying? I got clothes from T.I. I got different people, but you don't see me wearing that. I wear our shit. You know what I'm saying? And you got a lot of these dudes who like talking shit. And for the people that I seen off, and somebody tried to troll me and say I don't got no hairline. Let me do this one time. I got a hairline, okay? Hairline. See? Hairline. Don't ever say I don't got a hairline. That pissed me off. My hairline is important to me. You know what I'm saying? Hairline. Always got a haircut and a hairline. But that's what it is. I gotta go, man. Shout out to y'all for sticking with me for this little hour and a half, this hour 50 minutes. I gotta go. I got work to do. Salute to y'all. Doggie Diamonds on everything. Doggie Diamonds TV. The full OC shit is out. The full OC interview is out. The full Ali Vegas interview is out. It is very, very important that you that you subscribe to the podcast and you subscribe to the iTunes. iTunes is Doggie Diamonds It's Doggie Diamonds No Filter on SoundCloud and iTunes. Please subscribe to that. Thank you. I'm an elderly woman who enjoy your channel very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're not elderly. You're young. You're young. You're not elderly. You know what I'm saying? So I got to go. I thank y'all, you know what I'm saying, for rocking with me. This is, like I said, I'm always overwhelmed and always appreciative that anybody gives a fuck about me, because you don't have to care. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that you do, that's what's up. So shout out to y'all. Peace. I'm out of here.